So welcome to my Hiroshima City Guide Google Map. I'll be showing you the content on the desktop version, but it's basically the same on mobile. The interface will just be slightly different, but everything content-wise is the same. The first thing you'll want to do is go to the top left-hand side and click to expand on the top left. This just opens up the introduction and sets the scene for you. Just to remind you, this includes unlimited free lifetime updates, and there's a version number at the top there so you can keep track of which version you're seeing, but it'll always be the latest version that you've got access to. I would suggest reading the Hiroshima City Guide blog post on the website on the Real Japan that was written by local expert and travel guide JJ Walsh. This kind of naturally complements that, but this guide also goes into other detail and content that isn't in the map as well, so they work well together. So definitely check that out. And if you're not that familiar with using Google Maps, there's a really good video on YouTube which I've linked to here, which gives you a bunch of Google Maps tips and tricks and hacks and things like that. Not for just using this map, but for using Google Maps generally while you're in Japan. If you've got any questions or issues or ideas for additions to the map, you can always email me at support@therealjapan.com. Okay, so on the left hand side here, we've got the main content categories. They are atomic bomb history. Obviously that's unique here to Hiroshima. Hotels, day trips, attractions, food experiences. These are things like cooking classes that you can actually book. Restaurants, there's a list of restaurants here that are recommended, different cuisines, and if you click on these, I'll show you this in detail, but you can this will take you through to booking, being able to book these restaurants in English, which is not always easy otherwise. Transportation for getting to and in and around Hiroshima. Ryokan, which are the traditional Japanese inn. There's a list of 10 of those which you might want to have a look at. And finally, some cafes. You can't be traveling in Japan without popping into a good cafe and having some coffee. I'll just quickly show you on the bottom left hand side as well here. If you click on that, you can toggle between the map view and the actual kind of satellite view, so you can see a little bit more detail if that's useful for you. If we go up here, we can zoom into, like, say, the Memorial Peace Park. So that gives you a better, might be helpful, give you a slightly better feel for the geography of a place. And if I zoom out a bit more, you'll see that the map is quite extensive. So I'll just toggle that back. So it's not just the city centre of Hiroshima. It goes down towards Yamaguchi and further up the coastline to Kurashiki near Okayama. So the extent of the map is quite broad. That's obviously for more things like the day trips and so on, whereas the bulk of the content is obviously focused in and around the city centre. So let's just quickly walk you through the different main content sections on the left here. Atomic bomb history. So if, for example, we'll click on, say, the atomic bomb dome, you click on that, you'll get some details, some basic descriptions, and then a link through to the official website. You'll also be able to view it in the regular Google Maps if you want to do that. So if you want to make your own notes and put your pins on your own Google Map, you can do that as well. Let's have a look down at the hotel. So if you click on one of the hotels, you'll get again a description of the hotel. It's 5-star rating, up to 5 stars. A description, some kind of useful tips about practicalities of getting there, maybe some of the services that it offers. Does it offer laundry, that kind of stuff? Then you'll also get a link to the more detailed hotel details and a booking link through on booking.com, so you can read through all the hotels that I recommend and choose which one suits you best, and if you like it, you can then just go ahead and book that. Day trips, there's a bunch of great places around the Hiroshima region. Obviously you've got Miyajima Island, which is quite well known. You've got the big red Torii Gate there. That's definitely a kind of must-see if you're going to visit Hiroshima. So that's a neighbouring island. Again, links to the official website, links to Google Maps as well if you want to add your own pins there. Another popular place that I really like is Kurashiki. This is a lovely kind of traditional part of Japan on the coastline, not far. It's a little bit further up the coast on the north from Hiroshima. Again, a description of the town, a link to the official tourism website, and so on. Attractions, you'll get these for all the forthcoming maps, but obviously these are city specific. So these will be like local attractions, points of interest, sites, castles, main temples and shrines, that kind of thing. Any significant kind of commercial areas, that sort of thing, which help you with shopping or museums, that sort of thing. There'll be bookable food experiences. So if you want to take like a sake tour, or you want to get hands-on and make some sushi, that kind of thing, that's going to be available to you as well. You just click on that. You'll get the brief title. If you click on the link again, you'll be taken through to an external website that I work with, a really good platform called Buy Food. Again, you can search on their website, but this will take you directly to the food experience that I'm recommending in the map here. So you can see the details, get all the information you want, check the date availability, you can see the pricing, and you can make the booking. You can do it all directly from this app, so you needn't get involved in trying to talk Japanese on the telephone or any of that kind of stuff. This all makes it really easy for you. Restaurants, same thing, takes you through to the Buy Food website, so you can book them, you can search by cuisine, you can filter by pricing, that sort of thing. Transportation includes obviously all the essentials, getting to Hiroshima, maybe flying into Hiroshima airport, catching the train, getting the local trams, that kind of thing. Those are all in there. In addition to the Western style hotels at the top there, there's also a list of 10 traditional Japanese inn, the ryokan, that you might want to stay at. Again, if you click on those, you'll get details on the individual accommodation with links through to booking.com, and also details on Google Map with their official website. So if you prefer to book directly with the accommodation itself, if you're okay with Japanese and so on, you can do that as well. And cafes, you can't travel anywhere in Japan without getting some good coffee, and there's plenty of good coffee places in the city. So I've got a list of 10 cafes there that I suggest you might want to check out. So if we zoom in on the map a little bit, you can just see how this works. If you're not familiar with Google Maps, if you click on any of these icons, it will take you through to the detail in the index. So that one, for example, that's the place where you can buy okonomiyaki. There's a whole food court there with lots of different restaurants where you can sample the Hiroshima okonomiyaki, which it's famous for. So you can navigate either by the map and just click on these places here and find the details on the left, or you can just use the left-hand side menu to find the restaurant that you want, and then it pins it straight away on the map for you. So it's pretty straightforward. If you wanted to just simplify the map, if you're finding that there's kind of too many pins and you're finding it kind of a little bit overwhelming, let me just get my navigation again. Where are we? So, there's quite a few pins. If you want to simplify the view a little bit, you can switch these. If you go on the left-hand side here, you can see there's toggle switches. You can toggle these on and off, so it won't show them or it will show them. So if you want to simplify the map a little bit, you can see by switching these on and off, it clears the view. So that if you want less clutter, then you can switch those on and off. That's basically it. So that's my introduction to the map. As I said at the start, if you've got any questions or run into any issues, or you want to recommend some tips for things that you might like to see or experiences that you've had in the city that you suggest I want to add to the map, you can always email me at the usual hello@TheRealJapan or support@TheRealJapan, and I'll get those, and I'll be interested to see what you've got to say. But hopefully this will help for you. I think it's got pretty much everything you need to plan a trip and a stay in Hiroshima, and I hope you find it really useful.